Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to my fellow friends. We are from Group 5 and today we will discuss on the questions from SCL Case Vignette. So these are our questions from Case A. So question 1, briefly explain the conditioning process that has taken place from the vignette above. So a classical conditioning has taken place in Alia. Alia felt uncomfortable with the action of her teacher who read and who exposed the notes and embarrassed her by reading the notes out loud entire class. So from this action, she produced a negative thought for the teacher. This emotional feeling that develops and extends to a wider range of the teacher in the school. She also started to develop anxiety symptoms, headache, and feeling nauseous every time she thinks of going to school. Therefore, we can say that she is having conditioned emotional response, which refers to the feeling of positive or negative emotions when experiencing a stimulus that initially accompanied by a pleasant or painful event.
So for question 2, is there anything that can be done to help Alia get over her trauma? Discuss the approaches that you will use in helping Alia. So in this case, we will use some principles in operant conditioning. And operant conditioning is defined as a learning of a certain responses to attain a particular goal. So therefore, a response made by an individual when followed by a particular consequence will make the individual to learn to repeat the response to produce either a positive outcome or to avoid or escape from negative outcome. So there are two types of action in operant conditioning, which are reinforcement and also punishment. So reinforcement is defined as application or removal of stimulus to increase the strength of specific behavior, while on the other hand, punishment is the application of removal of a stimulus to decrease the strength of a specific behavior. So in this case of Alia, we are using reinforcement because it is more needed to compare to punishment, as we need to produce a positive mindset in Alia about the school and the teachers. So we can use positive and negative reinforcement in this case. So for example, positive reinforcement, which is a presentation of a pleasant stimulant after a desired behavior. The teachers and parents of Alia may praise Alia if she is able to attend school and interacts with the teacher nicely. And the teachers may show more concern and compassion to Alia and help her to solve her problems when Alia takes the initiative to approach and talk to the teachers about her problems. And for negative reinforcement, which is the removal of unpleasant stimulant after desired behavior. For example, the teachers will not take the same action, which is expose and read out the personal message in front of the class, as this action will embarrass Alia as well as other students which have the same problem. So through the positive and negative reinforcement, Alia may build trust in the student-teacher relationship and may not refuse to go to the school in the future.
Question 3. How can parents or family and teachers be involved in the process of Alia's recovery? As parents, you can help Alia by using the cognitive behavioral therapy. This therapy will help Alia to slowly eliminate the incidents that happen in the school by providing the emotional support. This will gradually replace the feeling of courage, fear to the courage. The parents can also help Alia by reconnecting with her friends and do not let her isolate herself. This is because it will lead to depression and anxiety problems and later will affect her mental health. On the other hand, the parents can also help Alia by helping her to go out and exercise. This will help her to forget the incident and refresh her mind. And this will also help Alia by ensuring Alia's health status in the optimum level.
In the process of Alia's recovery, what can teachers do is, firstly, if later they hear or know about the message note or the message is already been spread throughout the school from someone else, for example, they should not fully trust it because the stories might be not true. Secondly, the teacher should not easily judge on Alia. They should support Alia and ready to help her in whatever situation. For example, if any teacher see Alia doesn't talk much or she doesn't interact with other people or she's trying to isolate herself from others, as a teacher, they should approach and ask Alia properly without judging her. Besides that, for teacher who read the note in front of Alia's class, he or she should admit his or her faults and apologize to Alia. The teacher also should promise that this kind of incident wouldn't occur again in the future.
Question 4. Alia got 1 week MC after the incident and demanded for the doctor to give her more MCs. As a doctor, what would you do and discuss based on the sick role, illness, behavior perspective? As a doctor, I would suggest therapy for her. Instead of immediately agreeing on giving more MCs, I shall suggest her for counseling session to learn more deeply about her feelings and how she is at the moment. I would suggest cognitive behavior therapy to her. Cognitive therapy examines how negative thoughts or cognition can lead to anxiety, while behavior therapy examines how does the person react in a situation that can trigger anxiety. These therapies can help Alia to reduce her anxiety symptoms and also how to react when she faces certain conditions. As a doctor, I would advise her to realize that she is strong, authentic, and courageous. Every problem has a solution, and how people see her does not define her. She has to face obstacles in life in order to come up, and soon she'll blossom like a butterfly. She will be able to concentrate in her studies and set goals if she faces her problem and continues with therapy.
Thank you.
Thank you.